Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a video on Checkmate is an illegal move. What is this about? It is about a game played in round 9 of the FIDE Grand Swiss, one of the qualifying events for the next World Championship cycle in both the Open and Women's category. We'll look at the standings later. It's getting very tense with 2 rounds to go after this round, but first we're going to look at one of the games from round 9. I've not chosen one of the top games. The game we're going to look at was played on board 12 in the open section between Grandmaster Gabriel Sargsyan with white and Grandmaster Alexei Sarana behind the black pieces. The date is November 5th, 2021 and the venue is Riga, the capital of Latvia in Eastern Europe. And white opened with the d-pawn. Gabriel Sargsyan is 38 years old, is from Armenia and is a multiple chess Olympiad gold medalist with Armenia. His rating is 2664. His opponent started with the knight. Alexei Vasilievich Sarana is a Russian chess grandmaster, 21 years young. He's from Moscow and his rating is 2649. c4, e6 and we have the Queen's Gambit. Knight c3 and d takes c4. And this is called the Vienna variation. It has some characteristics of the Queen's Gambit accepted, but also of the Nimzo-Indian defense. White plays e4. If you give me the center, then I'll take the center. Bishop b4 and bishop g5 is the main move here, but Sargsyan took on c4. It looks like a mistake as black can now take on e4, but black has won a pawn. White just castled. Knight takes c3, b takes c3 and taking a second pawn is dangerous for black. Rook b1 and black is very far behind in development. It's understandable that the black players don't tend to go for this line, grabbing 2 pawns. And also in this game Sarana did not go pawn grabbing for a second pawn. He played the bishop back to d6. Rook e1, knight developed to d7 and knight e5. Black castled, queen h5, bringing the queen into the attack. Knight f6 attacking the queen and the queen dropped back. Knight d5, bishop d3 with a little threat on h7, that would be checkmate. And black played f5 to stop the checkmate. Bishop c4, as black played f5 to stop the checkmate, he has weakened the e-pawn, so the bishop switches back to the a2 g8 diagonal. c5, this looks risky, said Grandmaster Anna Muzichuk in a live broadcast, but black is still doing okay, says the engine. Sargsyan took on d5, recapture, bishop f4, and a pawn was swapped on d4. And now a5, the idea is to bring the rook into play through a6. White develops the rook in a more conventional way. There comes that rook to a6 and queen b3 changing the point of attack. And now we get a crucial moment. The engine gives all sorts of bishop moves. With the bishop from d6 he can take on e5, he can go back to b8 or play bishop b4, that's even the best move. And the engine says that black is okay after all these bishop moves, but not after the bishop move played by Sarana. In his position he played bishop e7, and that's an unfortunate square, which brings a tactic in the position. Not an easy tactic at all. I would not expect you to find it. I certainly would not have found it over the board. But if you want to have a look, put the video on pause. Sargsyan found it. The tactic is rook takes c8, and that's an exchange sacrifice. What is the point? Black took, and queen takes d5 check. Here king h8 and knight f7 check is not playable for black. But what he can do is interpose the queen, and that's what he did. So again, what is the point of white's exchange sacrifice? Well, we'll see it now. White has the beautiful knight e5 to c6. What a move! The black queen is now attacked by the rook on e1, and it's also pinned by white's queen, which means that queen takes e1 checkmate is an illegal move. Black cannot do that. So what to play here? You can save the queen with queen f7, but then there is knight takes e7 check, King h8 and queen takes b7. White has 2 pieces for the rook and an extra pawn. White has a winning advantage. So that doesn't really work after knight c6. But what about if you just take the queen? And that was played in the game by Sarana. Well, then there is knight takes e7 check with a fork winning the queen back. And we see what an unfortunate square that e7 square was for that bishop. King f7 and knight takes d5, and that's the end of the combination. White has won bishop and knight for a rook, and not only is that a material advantage, in this specific case the position is also easily winning for white because of the strength of white's d-pawn. Let's see what happened. Rook e6, offering a trade of rooks. White was happy to trade rooks and played knight b6. And after that move on move 26, black resigned. And why did he resign? If it was white's move again, he would play bishop c7, as indicated by Grandmaster Anna Muzichuk in the broadcast. And then he is covering all the squares for the d-pawn to march up the board. At some stage black will have to give the rook for that pawn and a piece, after which white will have a winning endgame with an extra piece. Very nice tactic found by Gabriel Sargsyan. Yes, these grandmasters are good at tactics. And Grandmaster Sarana will kick himself for having missed it. These are the standings in the open section after round 9. We have 3 leaders. In round 9, Fabiano Caruana defeated Alireza Firouzja. And now we have Firouzja, Caruana and surprisingly David Howell on 6.5 out of 9. Howell won his last 4 games. And then we have 10 players, half a point behind. Yu Yang Yi, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, Krishnan Sasikiran, Alexander Pretke, Grigory Oparin, Alexei Shirov, Gabriel Sargsyan, yes there he is, we just saw his game from round 9, David Anton Guijarro, Samuel Sevian and Nikita Vitigov. They are playing for 2 places in the Canada's Tournament 2022 and also for 6 places in the Grand Prix. And if you want to know what that is about, you can watch the video that I'm linking up here. It will be an exciting last 2 rounds in the open section, not so much in the women's section because Lei Ting-jae is running away with it. She's 2 full points ahead of 5 players, Elizabeth Petz, Zhu Jiner, Maria Muzichuk, Harika Dronavali and Leila Yavakishvili. Lei Ting-jae only needs half a point to win the tournament and gain a place in the Women's Canada Tournament 2022. Round 10 will be played on Saturday the 6th of November and I will be here after the round to tell you what happened. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.